Hello, my name is Patrick Uchebo and this is my club presentation. The topics that I'll cover are the following: virtualization platforms, types of cloud services, service-oriented architecture, deployment models, security storage and legal or privacy issues with cloud computing. Virtualization is a technology that permits the implementation of cloud computing. Cloud computing is the use of hosted services, such as data storage, service, databases, networking, and software over the internet. The main virtualization platforms include VMware, Oracle VM VirtualBox, and the Citrix Hypervisor. There are several advantages of virtualization. The first one is cost savings. The next one is improved efficiency and productivity. The next one is scalability and flexibility. The next advantage it has is disaster recovery and business continuity. There are several disadvantages of virtualization. Initial setup cost, complexity and management, performance issues, security concerns. There are several advantages of cloud computing. The first one is cost efficiency, reduce hardware and software expenses, lower energy consumption, minimal maintenance cost, scalability and flexibility, easy resource allocation and management, rapid deployment and of application and services, accessibility and mobility, access to data and applications from anywhere, improve collaboration and productivity, support for remote work and distributed teams, enhance security, centralized data storage and protection, regular security updates and patches, advanced encryption and authentication methods, disaster recovery and business continuity, automated data backup and recovery, reduce downtime and data loss, simplify disaster recovery planning. There are several disadvantages of cloud computing. The first one is data privacy and security concerns, potential for data breaches and unauthorized access, limited control and customization, dependence on cloud service providers, reliance on stable internet connection, restrictions on software and hardware customization, network dependency and connectivity issues, performance issues due to network latency, its vulnerability to distributed denial of service attacks, risk of outages and service disruptions, shared resources and potential for performance degradation. The first two types of cloud services are PaaS and SaaS. PaaS is platform as a service, which is a cloud infrastructure layer that provides resources to build user-level tools and applications. SaaS is software as a service, which is commonly accessed through a web browser with users logging into the system with a username and password. There are several advantages of PaaS. The first one is cost reduction, control and management, software deployment, flexibility. There are several disadvantages of PaaS. The first one is provider lock-in. Since each provider may have different architecture requirements, and different providers may not support the same languages, libraries, tools, APIs, architecture, operating system used to build and run the application. Hence, it is hard to switch past providers. And to switch past providers, developers may need to either rebuild or heavily alter the application. The next disadvantage is dependent on provider. If the provider changes their pricing model, application may suddenly become more expensive to operate. There are several advantages of SaaS. The first one is lower upfront cost. It provides the same security standards. It provides clients with quick commission and service delivery. It's easier to access. It provides easy customization. There are several disadvantages of SaaS. The first one is poor data security. Control issues will continue to be a problem. Risk of service termination. Adverse impacts of lower performance. Challenges with compliance. The next two types of cloud services are DaaS and PaaS, DaaS and IaaS. The first, DaaS is desktop as a service, which is a cloud computing technology that lets users access the data implication through the internet from a centralized data server located remotely using a virtualized desktop. IaaS is infrastructure as a service, which is a type of cloud computing that offers centralized compute, storage, and networking wrapped together as a self-service platform upon which customers can deploy and run applications with minimal fuss. There are several advantages of DaaS. The first one is minimal downtime for IT support. It's less expensive to run. It has the increased device flexibility. It alleviates security risk. There are several disadvantages of DaaS. The first one is it has higher long-term cost. It has less customizability. It has limited control. There are several advantages of IaaS. The first one is extensive flexibility and scalability. The next one is ease of deployment. There are several disadvantages of IaaS. The first one is the need for technical staff to manage the infrastructure, potential security risk by giving out control to the CSP. IaaS solutions may require substantial process changes. Vendor locking can make it difficult to migrate to a different cloud provider. Service-oriented architecture refers to the software architecture design paradigm that allows software companies to behave as separate, autonomous, loosely coupled network accessible units. There are several advantages of service-oriented architecture. The first one is the reusability of services. The next one is simple maintenance. The next one is increased dependability. The next one is location independence. The next one is that it improves software quality. It has multiple platform enablement. It has locational independence. It enhances productivity. There are several disadvantages of service-oriented architecture. The first one is longer timing, complex services, high cost. The first two deployment models are private cloud and public cloud. A private cloud is a self-contained cloud computing environment designed for the exclusive use of a single organization. And a public cloud is a paradigm in cloud computing that epitomizes efficiency, scalability, and accessibility in the digital age. There are several advantages of private cloud. The first one is that data on it remains impregnable. Its infrastructure can be customized. It has enhanced supervision and competence. The continuity of the business is ensured. There are several disadvantages of private cloud. The first one is high building cost, utilization of the resources below average. There are several advantages of public cloud. The first one is cost effective to set up. That's a cost effective setup. It requires no maintenance. It has high reliability. It has scalability. This enables the customers to scale resources like bandwidth, RAM, and storage based on the business requirements and providing availabilities of resources on demand to meet business needs. It also has flexibility. There are several disadvantages of public cloud. The first one is its performance. Since the performance of the network depends on internet connectivity. In public cloud, the same hardware is shared between multi-users that may affect performance because of the server load. And the next disadvantage of public cloud is its security. Security and data privacy are always crucial. In public clouds, users don't have control over infrastructure, and the service level policies and compliances are completely administered by providers. And the next two deployment models are community cloud and hybrid cloud. A community cloud is a cloud service model that provides a cloud computing solution to a limited number of individuals or organizations that is governed, managed, and secured commonly by all the participating organizations or a third-party managed service provider. And hybrid cloud is a cloud deployment that utilizes both a private cloud and a public cloud as part of the same infrastructure. There are several advantages of community cloud. The first one is cost savings. The next one is enhanced security. The next one is increased collaboration. The next one is improved performance. The next one is scalability. There are several disadvantages of community cloud. The first one is security issues. The next one is that it's not ideal for organizations. The next one is that it's more expensive than public clouds. There are several advantages of hybrid cloud. The first one is cost savings, unique balance of control, performance and scalability, the speed of deployment. It gives business agility. There are several disadvantages of hybrid cloud. The first one is overly complex security, visibility issues. When it comes to security, storage, and legal privacy issues, cyber attacks, intellectual property that is stolen, and broken contracts are possible outcomes because of the lack of cloud security. Furthermore, mismanagement of cloud storage can have catastrophic results since data can be lost if it's not stored properly. So to mitigate this, organizations need to implement access control, data encryption, and firewalls in their system so that cloud data can be protected. And this is the end of my presentation.